Good evening and aloha from the Hokulani Imaginarium in Kaneohe, Hawaii. Today, before we start talking about this month's sky, I'd like to share that we have another star story available to watch on our website. This is an illustrated story about Maui and Pimoi. In other news, there will be a new arrival on Mars this month. In fact, not one, not two, but 3 Mars missions are en route and will arrive at the Red Planet in February. So be sure to check for our next video all about these international science missions. Toward the end of January, we've just seen a full moon, so February starts out between major phases. On Wednesday the 3rd, we see lunar perigee. The next day, the 4th, is the waning quarter moon, and the new moon is on Thursday, February 11th. Lunar apogee comes on Thursday the 18th, and the next day, the 19th, brings the waxing quarter moon. Finally, February's full moon comes on Friday, the 26th. As we look south in the evening, what's notable up there? Not much as far as planets go, unless you have a telescope. We do have Mars high in the evening sky between the constellations of Aries and Taurus. Any other planets? How about in the morning sky? Here, we're looking to the east as the sun rises. Here's a nice bright object, the planet Venus. Venus has been getting closer and closer to the sun in the morning for a few months. It'll soon pass behind the sun and later peek out again in the evening sky this time. What else rises before the sun? If we turn off the glare from atmosphere, we can see better. This here is Saturn, visible in the early morning from the start of February. Fast forwarding one day at a time now. Jupiter too. And this one here is the planet Mercury. Now we're looking around 7 a.m. in late February. As the month went on, these 3 move even further from the sun. So let's look back through the atmosphere again and see how early we need to wake up to get a look. Backing up a few minutes, and there. This is about 10 after 6 on the 28th. If you have a view of the horizon low to the east, you should have a good chance of seeing all 3 of these planets together in the morning sky before sunup. They're just about 10 degrees above the horizon in the east-southeast. Let's go back to the evening now, and I'd like to introduce you to a set of bright, notable stars that are prominent in the winter evenings. They form a shape that encircles the constellation Orion, or as it is named in Hawaii, Ke O Makali'i, the string game of the children. Think something like Cat's Cradle. At the center of this view is the bright red shoulder of Orion, Betelgeuse. This star isn't actually part of the hexagon, but it's easily recognizable. It is a red supergiant star, and our current model of star evolution predicts that Betelgeuse might go supernova in the next 100,000 years. The first star that is part of the hexagon is Orion's knee, Rigel. Rigel is a blue supergiant star, more than 70 times larger than our Sun. Even though it is hundreds of light years away, its size means that it is still the 7th brightest star in the whole night sky. Second, we have Aldebaran, a red giant star in the constellation Taurus the Bull. 65 light years away from us, Aldebaran might have 1 or more planets in its orbit. Next up is Capella, in the constellation Auriga, the chariot rider. Have you ever heard of a binary star? 2 stars that orbit around each other? Capella is a pair of binaries, a pair of stars orbiting around another pair. Now we come to Pollux, the brightest star in the constellation Gemini, the twins. Pollux is a single star, 9 times larger than our Sun, with 1 known exoplanet, which was given the name Thestius. Pollux's brother in Gemini, Castor, is very different. Castor is actually a solar system made up of 3 binary pairs orbiting together, 6 stars. The largest stars in Castor are only 2 or 3 times larger than our Sun. Like Pollux and our Sun, all of these are called dwarf stars. Next up is Procyon in Canis Minor, another dwarf star and a relative neighbor. Procyon is 11.5 light-years away, and just 2 times as large as our Sun. Its name means before the dog, since it is positioned north of Sirius, the dog star. And finally, Sirius completes our hexagon. Just 8.6 light-years away, Sirius is the brightest star in our whole night sky. It is also small as stars go, not even twice the size of our Sun. Sirius burns much hotter than our Sun, too, which gives it its extra brightness. In addition to the hexagon, there's one more important star I want to point out in Hawaii's winter sky. Here in the corner of our view is Canopus, in the constellation Carina. Canopus is the second brightest star in our whole night sky, and is also a traditional navigation star in latitudes south of 37 degrees north. One trick you can use Canopus for, together with the small star Mersum in Canis Major, is to point a line towards the celestial South Pole. When teaching the modern tradition of Polynesian wayfinding, master navigators point out several families or star lines which are easily visible in each season. The Winter Hexagon we just named coincides with the Hawaiian star line of Ke Ka O Makali'i, or the canoe bailer of Makali'i. The star Capella is here named Hokulani, or Starlay. Castor and Pollux are named Nana Mua, first twin, and Nana Hope, last twin. Procyon is given the name Puana, meaning blossom. And finally, Sirius, which has received many names due to its great importance and visibility. 2 of the more common I found are A'a, meaning burning brightly, and also Ho'okelewa'a, the canoe guiding star. Canopus, not technically part of the star line, also is important in the wayfinding tradition. It is named Ke Ali'i Okona Ikaleva, or the Chief of the Southern Skies. Only some of these names are traditional Hawaiian or Polynesian. Others have only emerged in more recent times, coined by native speakers of the Hawaiian language around the same time as the methods of wayfinding and ocean navigation have re-emerged to be widely taught again. Thank you for joining us to look at February's sky. Remember to watch our new Star Story videos, and to check back for our next presentation about the upcoming Mars missions. Until next time, aloha and good night.